Zamba, is that what it's called? Maza?
Chimborazo, the tallest volcano in Ecuador.
That thing. Welcome back to Hourless Life. If you are just joining us, we're Eric and Brittany Highland, and along with our 6-year-old son Caspian, we are attempting to drive around the world in our home, a 2021 Jeep Gladiator we call Dauntless. Our goal with our YouTube channel is to give you a first-person point of view and show you what a real global overlanding journey is like. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. We'd love to take you around the world with us. If you missed our last video, we camped at the base of Cotopaxi Volcano, one of the highest active volcanoes in the entire world. Our campsite was at 14,000 feet and it was incredibly windy and cold, but we had a great time there and enjoyed that experience. And if you missed that video, we'll link it here. In today's video, we're leaving Cotopaxi National Park and continuing to make our way south towards Peru. On the way, we're going to a town called Baños de Agua Santa, which is famously known for its thermal pools. We'll take you with us into this magical pueblo that is full of life, frequented by tourists and locals alike who all make their pilgrimage to these famous pools in search of its reportedly healing waters. And from there, we'll head to Chimborazo, the tallest point in the entire planet, which is actually over 6,800 feet further from the Earth's center than the summit of Mount Everest. So let's pick up right where we left off. We're packing up Dauntless at the base of Cotopaxi and getting ready to hit the road. Shouldn't be too long of a trip. Just got to get Dauntless ready to go. One last look at Cotopaxi before we hit the drive.
This is a different view than when we arrived, huh?
I think that's the best the volcano's been.
So we were going to go to another area in the mountains, but Brittany relented because I have had a bit of altitude sickness, just shortness of breath. And the other place we were going to go to was actually a little bit higher than here. So we're going to skip that and we're going to go to Baños, Ecuador, which you hear is beautiful. We don't really know where we're staying. We have a couple of ideas, but we'll figure it out when we get there. Caspian, we are headed to Baños. Do you think that's a silly name?
Yes.
Why do you think it's silly?
I think it sounds like baños.
Which means what?
Potty.
It does mean potty, but it also means baths. And they have thermal pools, from what I understand, in Baños, which is why it's called Baños.
Are we going to the thermal pool?
I hope so.
When?
I don't think today, but I don't know when.
I hope it's today.
These people are selling fruit right on the side of the road, and there's no shoulder. So people are legitimately parking their cars to buy fruit.
On the highway.
On this highway mountain road with these huge buses coming through. Por tu seguridad, no contrate servicios en la calle.
For your safety, do not contract services in the street.
Bienvenidos a Baños de Agua Santa. There's supposed to be a toilet available and water. Someone last August said $5 per person per night. Caspian, can you see the waterfall on the back mountain?
Uh-huh.
It's beautiful.
Alright, just a train running through town.
So what's the story, babe?
It's $10 a night. He says he has bathrooms and hot showers.
Nice. And it looks okay?
I mean, it is what it is. Now you're just gonna have to go out there and tell me where you want me to park.
We would park where that black truck is. You will fit on this side of him. So my thought is that we park on that side of him and see if he moves, and then set up camp later.
All right, this is the spot that Brittany has picked. That little shack behind us is the bathroom. Give you a tour of the bathroom too, just so you can see it. This is the shower. And there's no privacy curtain, it just kind of opens up to where people do stuff there. And of course the toilet's on the other side. Also, so the cost to stay here is $10 a night. It includes the shower, which he says is hot, and the restroom and the secure parking. I found an entire apartment for $12 a night with secure parking, but Brittany doesn't like to be out of the Jeep. She prefers to stay in the Jeep because we always forget stuff. We live in the Jeep, so we're not used to moving stuff in and out all the time. And so it becomes a hassle to move things in and out. Plus, it is our home. So we actually all prefer to stay in the Jeep for convenience sake. I personally would have preferred the other place at $12 a night, but I understand what Brittany's saying about having to move stuff in and out all the time. So it is what it is.
Look at what's at the end of our street.
A waterfall.
Ooh la la, so beautiful.
This is the main plaza in Baños, Ecuador, and there's some artisan markets. And right behind me is the main cathedral. I'm gonna go inside. I'm not gonna speak once I'm inside, but I'll share a little bit about this cathedral with you on the video. Is unsure about Chewbacca. Apparently Chewbacca's here in Los Baños. There he is.
What did you think?
It was a little scary.
Yeah. Chewbacca's really big.
Well, I just don't know how he got here without the Millennium Falcon.
Well, wherever Chewbacca is, Han Solo can't be too far.
Now it's your turn. Go, Mommy.
There he goes.
Can you make a Chewbacca sound?
I don't want to try to.
You don't want to attract him. Crazy party for the Highlands tonight.
We are going out tonight to some thermal pools because it was recommended to wait until the cool of the evening because otherwise the pools are too hot.
It is day 3 and we are finally going to the termales, the hot pools that this town is famous for. There's 2 main hot spring areas and we're going to the one that's right by our campground just to make it easy on ourselves. Eric is exhausted from editing. I think he almost said he didn't want to go tonight, but he knew that Caspian and I have really been looking forward to it. So hopefully once we get there and get settled, it'll actually be a relaxing and good thing for him.
Son dos adultos y un niño.
You excited?
Where should we go to?
I don't know, we gotta change.
Go ahead, baby, jump in. You got a swim cap, it has Spider-Man on
Yeah.
it. Woohoo!
All I need to do is take off my shoes. I need to take this one out.
There are 3 thermal pools here underneath the waterfall. The first one is the hottest. This one here is medium. And the last one over there is cold.
We had that other hot spring experience recently,
Right.
but this was a lot more authentic. And the locals here believe that this is holy water and they take the process really seriously.
Yeah, so seriously that I went into the hottest pool, which Brittany didn't go into, but I went into it and there was this guy there and he was like, I was ready to get out, like 3 minutes. And he was like, no, you have to stay 2 more minutes. So I did because he like checked my man card. And then he told me I had to go in the cold water pool, which is freezing cold, and I had to stay there for another 5 minutes. It was an incredible feeling.
Yeah, I mean, it's viewed as a therapy and there's a certain order that you're supposed to be in the pools, and I believe in it.
Yeah, no, it definitely works. And if you ever get to Baños, make sure you hit the thermal pools.
We're gonna sleep well tonight.
We're not usually out at night because Caspian goes to bed at usually around 6 or 7 p.m. But I figured I would take a walk out tonight in Baños just to show you a little bit of what this place looks like at night. This is really when it comes alive. Look at this. Y'all need to get down here. Ecuador is pretty awesome. This is the spot. This is La Cafeteria de la Casa Vieja, the most famous spot in Baños for empanadas. They make them right here by hand in the fryer. You just tell them what you want inside there. They fry them up on the spot, deliver them to your plate, piping hot. It's just $1.75, you guys, for this empanada right here at this spot. You can sit out on the street and watch the people go by, or walk down the street with your empanada. This is where it's at. Inside, the fillings are just melted cheesy goodness. This is cheese and blackberry, you guys. It's amazing. The police just showed up at our campsite, and he's saying something about where we're parked and where we're camped. I have no idea what the police has to do with this private property that's owned by the guy on the left. The guy who's been managing the property is the guy in the middle, in the red, and the police is on the right. He pulled in here. Sorry, the shot is so bad, but it's like shooting through my screen in the top of the Alu cab. Police officer was saying something about it has to benefit everyone. I don't know why he's parked there. You could be making more money. And they're having an argument about overlanders. We haven't had any issues. We've been here for 5 days. It looks like whatever was decided, and now the police are leaving. Guess we'll find out in the morning. We've been having this battery issue or red arc control system issue. I'm not sure which yet, but we're gonna figure it out. Keith and Gertrude pulled it in, and they're lending us a extension cord so that we can get Dauntless plugged in.
You really should try and get another power supply to the fridge. If we unplugged this, I think we have another wire. We could try plugging it in here just to see if it'll work. Right now I'm more worried about my fridge than the Jeep issue. So the red arc is flashing, it just keeps flashing. Then it says confirm battery settings. LifePo, 170 amp hour, 30 amp. That's what we have. I hit check. Save these settings. Check. Battery low, connect a charging source to re-enable loads. And then I hit this, output battery under temperature. Then I hit this, battery voltage low, disconnect all loads. And it gives an alarm. And I hit this, and it goes back to the main screen where it's showing 0 battery. Also here it's showing 0 charge coming in, but we're plugged in. I have no idea why this is showing 0 charge when we're plugged in. It's never done that before. And yet we have power in the habitat because I can turn on the lights. I just don't know how much power we have. I've checked the connections on the Manager 30. I've checked the connections on the battery. Everything seems to be connected correctly. I have no idea. So I've sent an email off to Andrew over at Red Arc, hoping to have a phone call with him later today. It was a rough day yesterday. We figured out that the battery temperature sensor monitor on the Red Arc is the part that failed, and those things are going to happen. I did speak to the guys at Red Arc over in Australia. They're going to send us to a town that's an hour and a half south of here called Riobamba to the DHL. Once we get that, we're going to replace it and then have a spare. We have no power in the habitat and we have no fridge until we make that happen, but that's okay. We use this opportunity to talk with Caspian about how to deal with adversity and how to deal with frustration. And so that's been good. I'm headed off to a coffee shop to go work on editing our next video. Hope you're enjoying these videos. They take a lot of work, but it's part of our family mission statement to share. So let us know. Give us a like. Where I'm editing video today in Baños is called Café y Chocolate Aromi. And look at this. They just bring you everything. I've got this sandwich. I've got eggs with bacon. I've got a chocolate. I've got a juice and a Coke and my computer and about 8 hours of editing ahead of me today. Brittany, you have been so patient today while I've been working on editing video, and now we're out celebrating. We're actually at the restaurant right next to the campground. It's in our backyard. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, like Dauntless is right over there. Anyway, you've got a drink. What is that?
This is an Aperol Spritz. I'm practicing for Italy. And I have a pizza with blue cheese and walnuts and tomato.
Oh, Caspian and I are going to share this little pepperoni pizza. You excited about that, Caspian? Caspian is attacking imaginary monsters with his sword, which is a stick that he got at our campground. Brittany said, this is why I wanted a little boy.
This is the rhino ride we're gonna go on.
You really want to go on it?
Uh-huh.
All right, let's do it.
We've had our eye on this for a week.
It's $2 for an adult, $1 for a kid. I think it's like a 15 or 20 minute drive around town.
And right now the driver's sleeping, so I don't know when we're leaving.
Apparently that wasn't our driver, it's just some guy sleeping on the train. Maybe he's the relief driver. What do you think, Caspian?
It's fun! And now we're going faster than cars! We're and we're actually in like several cars.
We're gonna see Dauntless just for a quick second. There he is in there. Oh my gosh, we are kind of flying. This is wild.
Hold your breath.
Oh, does that smell, Caspian?
Like gross. I don't know what they're doing.
For some reason, Brittany's obsessed with this little churro place, although we've never been there. Brittany just keeps talking about this churro place. It's this little pig booth. I don't even think there's anybody there. And these are the quote-unquote Jeeps you can rent.
Are they?
These right here.
Are they cheap?
No, son.
What are they?
Nobody knows.
Okay, so the ride is a little bit silly, and it doesn't go very far.
What? I can't hear you from the music.
We've walked this a million times, but Caspian's having fun. That's what counts.
Whoa!
What a weird thing we're doing right now.
This is the best $5 we've spent in Baños. Wow. I wish I had caught that turn on video. He just like whipped a U-turn in this huge monstrosity on the street. That was awesome.
Hi.
Hey. So what now?
Dinner.
So our friend Lisbeth jumped off this bridge down into this canyon, and she's telling us the story. We're going out with Lisbeth and Mark, fellow overlanders, to dinner tonight. Lisbeth, what is wrong with you?
You know, once in a while you have to expand your horizons and try something a little crazy, and that's just what happens.
Ecuador is not enough.
The worst thing about it is that my stomach was upset afterwards and I couldn't go for my hot chocolate and crepe. So.
Remember that empanada place I showed you guys the other night? We brought our friends Lisbeth and Mark here. We told them you gotta check it out. So we are here, and you can see the menu right here. You just choose whatever it is you want to put inside your empanadas, and they make them up fresh. You guys are in for a treat. This is pretty awesome. It's our last night in Baños. Tomorrow we are headed to Riobamba. We're all just walking back to our respective campsites. It's been great to spend time with Mark and Lisbeth. Tomorrow it's time to go.
After 9 nights here, longer than expected because of our broken electrical part, we are finally leaving Baños. And Eric is doing his checks before we go.
This is my coffee, Coke Zero. I live off this stuff. Have you had your coffee this morning?
Only one of us has had coffee this morning.
Oh no, that's not a good thing. We are headed to Castillo de Altura, which is a famous overlanding spot. A lot of overlanders have stayed there. I guess it overlooks Chorizamba, is that what it's called? Chorimaza?
Chimborazo, the tallest volcano in Ecuador.
That thing. What was it?
Chimborazo.
Chimborazo. It overlooks that, or it's somewhere around there. It's about a 2.5 hour drive, and here we go.
Adios.
Adios, segundo. Muchas gracias. We've been here for 9 days. Dauntless is like, what? I'm supposed to drive? It's been a long time that he's been sitting still, but he's raring to go, and so are we. So what'd you think of Baños, babe?
I really liked it for about 5 days.
It was a 5-day town?
Well, I don't know. I mean, just not having the Jeep working properly, I'm sure, skewed everything a little bit.
So our part for our electrical system was delayed in DHL getting to Riobamba, and Red Arc sent it out faithfully the day we first talked to them, and they expedited shipment. They've been taking really good care of us, but we can't help the delays here in South America, so they are going the extra mile, it looks like, and sending us another one to Cuenca, which is the city we're going to afterwards, which is a major city here in Ecuador. So between the one in Riobamba and the one in Cuenca, we should get our part sometime between now and hopefully the 17th of July, and then Dauntless will be back fully operational. Double yellow lines, blind curve, nobody cares. Laws are just a suggestion. How many days is it going to take us to go from Riobamba to Cuenca?
I think we were going to take 3 days originally, but I don't know how that works if our fridge isn't working.
And there's a landslide or something that Mark and Lisbeth were telling us about. I don't really know all the details on that, but apparently a part of the Pan American was knocked out by a landslide here in Ecuador between Riobamba and Cuenca. So we don't know how much time that's going to add to our trip. I don't know what this is going to look like, how long we'll stay in Castillo de Altura. I guess we'll have to figure that out. We just crossed 11,000 feet of elevation. We were camping last night at 5,920, and we are still climbing as we make our way towards Castillo de la Altura, which means Castle of the Heights. It's up there to the left. I don't know if you can see it, Caspian. It's mixed in with the clouds.
I can see the white.
Yep, that's the snow on top of Chimborazo. Brittany has still not had her coffee, but she saw this little cafe. It looked open, so I am going to attempt to stop here and get her taken care of.
So that was a pretty epic cafe find. It feels like the middle of nowhere to me,
Yeah.
but it was like the super trendy, like American style coffee shop. The pancakes were awesome.
I told Brittany, why can't we camp here? Food was really, really good, and you got a view of the mountain.
We probably could if we had a fridge that was working.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm ready to get set up in our new place.
So Google Maps is taking us on some back roads to get to Castillo de Altura. There was an actual route through Riobamba that we didn't take. Did a little bit of off-road stuff, and then now we're on this here, and it looks like this should just take us down to the main road and then to our spot.
Turn left, then you will arrive at your destination.
This is the famous Overlander spot where everybody comes. We hear the family here. It's just beautiful. I think we're here. We just got to figure out where they want us.
Bienvenidos.
Muchas gracias. ¿Dónde nos estacionamos?
Aquí.
Ok.
Todo eso y ya te explico todo.
Ok.
Solo voy a guardar un perro porque para que no te salude tan. Es muy
Sí.
alegre.
Wait.
Okay,
Let him
okay.
put that dog away. He said they're totally chill, but I'm going to put them away just in case.
So yeah, we'll back in on that side, but maybe not all the way because I don't think it's as flat if you go all the way back.
Okay. Yeah, we're 0-1. Do you want to put blocks up? We've arrived. Juan has given us a warm welcome, and he's going to give us a tour of the grounds, and this is where we're going to stay for a few days. Hopefully wait on that part, although it's delayed, so it might end up that we just have to leave here and go to Cuenca and pick it up there. We'll see what happens. We're going to get set up for camp and get to know Juan. This is our host, Juan, right here, the owner of the spot here, and he has invited to take us in his car to go see La Montaña,
El Chimborazo.
El Chimborazo. So we're leaving right now.
Vámonos.
Caspian, we're going to go see the mountain. Yeah. This is the hospitality here in Ecuador. We've just arrived today, and he's already inviting us out. Caspian just asked, is he going to sit up front with you? And Juan's like, yeah, it's really close. We're just a few minutes away. Because Ecuador. What do you think, Caspian?
I like it. Show the bacon.
Este es San Juan.
Juan is telling me we're driving through San Juan right now, which is actually a mining town. They have a huge cement factory here that comes from the mines where they strip everything here in the mountains, and they supply concrete to the entire country of Ecuador from this town right here. We are coming up on Chimborazo, you guys. Wait till you see this. Juan also tells us that this whole area of San Juan is famous for trekking and mountain biking. There's actually world-class mountain biking right here in San Juan around Chimborazo. This is the hospitality, you guys, that I've been telling you about. The Latin American community is so kind to us. They literally roll out the red carpet. They're super, super giving. We didn't ask for this. He just came and said, hey, look, I was just driving home and I want you to see this. I would like to think that we back home would treat them in our country the same way that they treat us. I'd like to say that we do. I can't say that we do, but they do, and they do it consistently in every country that we're in. It's an incredible and humbling thing to experience. What? Is this like a postcard? Is this even real right now? Look at this. this incredible view that he brought us to. No wonder he was like, come on, we gotta go right now while it's still uncovered. This is beautiful. What an incredible experience to see this mountain in person, this clear. I am so thankful to Juan and his family for bringing us out here. What an experience. This is something we won't forget. Juan and his family that have been our hosts here at Castillo de Altura have been absolutely generous, fantastic, and kind. Really can't say enough about them. And it's no surprise because there are so many overlanders that have stayed here over the years. Look at this. On the walls are all these photos of travelers who have come before. All of these are overlanders, various families in different vehicles. All of these folks have come and stayed with Juan and his family at Castillo de Altura, and we highly recommend this for any travelers that might decide to come down. And Juan told me that out of all the people, these two right here, these are the cyclists that first put it on iOverlander, and from them sprung out all of these folks that have come and visited from all over the world. In our next video, we're going to leave the area around Chimborazo and navigate a detour around a massive landslide that took out a huge section of the Pan American Highway. Once past that detour, we spent only one night in this awesome little spot before we head to Cuenca, Ecuador. Now, this was the city we were looking forward to the most in all of Ecuador. We were really enjoying Cuenca when we got there, but then I got a devastating phone call that would change my life forever. This call had me leaving Brittany and Caspian alone in Cuenca and hopping on a plane back to the United States unexpectedly. We have so much more to come. As you can see, we're really transparent here on our channel, and we hope you'll join us on this journey around the world. If you've watched our video this far and haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do that now. And if you really want to get to know our family, please join us on our Patreon. Our patrons are so incredibly important to us as a consistent community throughout the good times and the bad. It costs you nothing to check it out, and we would love to have you be part of that special community there. The link for that is in the description of this video. We hope you've enjoyed the awesome city of Baños, the majesty of Chimborazo with us, and until next time, we will see you in the next video.